Lions TV, this is a match report for the under-23s game that I've just watched at a freezing cold den where it finished Millwall under-23s 2, Charlton under-23s 3, and across two different levels we've been beaten in the last 3 days in local derbies, and our Millwall have lost the game. I have absolutely no idea because we was in cruise control at one point. Let's start by taking a look at the 11 that started the game. In goal, Joe Wright, a flat back four. It was Matt Smith, not the Matt Smith, another very young, talented player, looks strong in the tackle, full of beans coming forward, great end products. He played at right back. Junior Tienza, who was on loan at Dover, is back at the club at left back. Two centre-backs, Arthur Penny, who was on loan at Welling, seems to be back at the club as well, alongside Bessart Topology, who was on the bench for the first team recently. Midfield four was Ben Thompson and Jaden Davis as a central midfield pairing, with Seb Drozd on one wing and Nana Boateng on the left. They kept switching over right to left. And up front, Zach Lovelace and Tyrese Briscoe. I took a chance saying it's going to be a 4-4-2 at the start of the game. It was a 4-4-2. And we looked really good. You know, we started the game well. And as on Saturday against Crystal Palace, it's a gift from a goalkeeper that's given us the lead. A sort of ball over the top into the box. Keeper comes out, scoops it, and he gets up and he goes to sort of trot away and he slips over. The move was dead. The players had turned their back and were walking back to their positions. He takes a couple of steps and he just stumbles and drops the ball at the feet of Seb Drozd, and he fires it home 1-0, passes it into an empty net. And after that, we looked ever more than likely. Charlton had one chance in the first half, and it was one of 4 fantastic saves from Joe Wright, crossing from the left, header that was headed for the top corner at the Coldblow Lane end, and Joe Wright dives high and plucks one at the top, being fantastic save, turns it round for a corner. But other than that, in the first half, it was one-way traffic, and we get the second ball. Drozd again involved, or Drozd. Sorry, Seb, get an easier surname, mate. Anyway, he slots through a ball to Zach Lovelace, and Lovelace worked really hard up front alongside Tyrese Briscoe, although neither of them were in the game too much, and it wasn't their fault that was the case, but that just was the case. And this ball through was, you know, he was never going to win it, Zach Lovelace. He was behind the defender shepherded him off, and he just shows his power and his pace at 15 years old. He just absolutely boys off the Charlton centre-half on the weights you get, mate, takes it off his foot, slots it in, and we're 2-0 up at half-time. He scored a third just before the break, and we're downstairs in the exec lounge having a cup of tea thinking everything is rosy at the den. Now, we come out for the second half, and my two mates I was sitting with were saying, oh, it's all one-way traffic for Charlton, but I don't think it was. First 15 minutes again, we looked good. There was a change at half-time which was forced, and that was Seb Drozd again. He took a knee to the back of the calf, I think, in the first half. He went off. Alfie Allen come on, which pushed Jaden Davis wide right. And I've said this before, Jaden Davis, of course, of the loan, he's just come back as well from Kings Lynn. I think he's so much better. He's a big lump and all, and he's great on the ball, great delivery, put some great crosses in during the game, and one set piece in particular in the first half where, again, we was unlucky not to score. But that false change at half-time has pushed Jaden wide, and that's when I feel we started losing the midfield. Alfie Allen and Ben Thompson didn't have a great second half either, if I'm honest, although he did well in the first. And then they started to sneak back into the game, Charlton. But you still think at this point, I think it was, you know, they scored a few late goals. A left-foot shot across Joe Wright. It's an absolutely amazing save. I don't know how he gets his hand to it from close range, flicks his hand at it, it comes off his wrist, he turns it round, and again, that's two brilliant saves that he's made. But even to that point, Charlton hadn't really been in the game. But eventually, Junior Tienza goes off, and number 16 comes on. Now, I never slagged the youth off. I don't know who the number 16 was. I'm sure Garande was a left-footed side player, but I don't think it was him that come on. 16, I don't know who you are, mate, and nothing against the way you played. Sort your shorts out. You can't wear shorts. It looked ridiculous. He's got shorts on that fit me, and he's about 6 stone soaking wet. He's top half of his body was as long as his bottom half. And it just looked ridiculous. It just did, you know, represent the club in the right way. Don't fucking wear shorts that are fucking quadruple XL when you're a small. And he concedes a penalty, the guy, anyway. I don't know who he is. Don't know whether the wing got hold of his shorts and he couldn't get back at the winger, but the winger's gone round him in the box. He pulls him down. It's a penalty. The Charlton skipper, I've forgotten his name, although someone did tell me. He's been playing a bit for their first team, played in the EFL Trophy, and he pulled the strings in midfield, mouthy fucker, as he did in the game a couple of months ago. at at Sparrows Lane, sorry, when they beat us by 2-1. Very high intense game that day. Same again today. He steps up, he sends Joe Wright the wrong way, and they're back in the game. Not too long after that, they win a free kick just outside the box, and he steps up again, the skipper, and scores a curling free kick in the bottom corner. It bounced just in front of Joe Wright, and he tried to get across. I'm not blaming him for it because it was a fantastic strike, but it sort of, found its way into the net. And it's 2-2 out of absolutely nowhere. And then by that point, we was done. We was gone. Completely gone. Ball over the top. I think it's Arthur Penny that gets caught out. Apologies if it weren't you, Arth. And it was Bessart Topology. But I think it's just slow to react. Similar to Zach Lovelace's goal for us. And Daniel Carnu for them. Substitute. I know him because he plays with a friend's son in the same sort of team. Gets in. Scores. Charlton win the game 3-2. It was an absolute sickener. But as always, we're used to seeing the 23s come back and make a game of it. It was still a fantastic game of football to go and watch. Worst ways to spend your Monday, I'm sure. But it finishes at the Den, Millwall under 23s 2, Charlton under 23s 3. Before the game, Millwall were 3rd and Charlton were 5th. With Bristol City and Cardiff, the only teams above us. I'm not sure how that's affected the league table. But listen, they got some bollocks. Kevin Nugent's side, they got some character, and I'm sure they'll be back. They're always entertaining. So unlucky, boys, but let's try and bounce back from that one. I'll be back Thursday, definitely, for a preview show, potentially for a podcast with a couple of the boys on Wednesday. But until then, enjoy your week. And of course, please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.